Right, let's all go. Hi guys, welcome to my video on how to play the two solos from Don't Go Away by Oasis from the Be Here Now album, I think. Anyway, so basically we've got these two solos. They're kind of an A minor pentatonic, that's the way I think about it. Lots of his usual styles, a couple of new interesting things that he does as well. So there's a couple of things you'll recognise and a couple of things that are a little bit different. Let's crack straight on with the intro solo. What else would it be? So this is the scale shape we're thinking about. A minor pentatonic position 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the 5th fret D string. I'm going to hammer onto the 7th fret. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the G string, 5 to 7. I'm going to hold that note for ages, lots of vibrato as well. On the track, he has a very fuzzy style distortion going on. Obviously this is way lower distortion because I don't want feedback and lots of buzzing in the video and stuff like that. Okay, it's bad enough with me being slightly bunged up with hay fever and you having to listen to me breathe heavily, let alone having the distortion as well in the background. So that's why I've rolled my distortion off, but you want a very fuzzy style distortion and that helps that sustain on that note. There it is. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend the 7th fret. Probably a tone bend. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know I do have a bit of a preference to bend a little flat. Maybe, you know, I just like it. I'd like those short bends. Anyway, so it is a tone bend, but you might hear me do it a little bit flat. It's one of those cases of do whatever you prefer, what your ears kind of tell you like. You know, that's the best way to go. But in the track, it's a tone. Then I'm going to re-pick. Almost on the way down. I'm almost back down to 7, but I'm not quite there. So you see, I'm re-picking when it's like halfway in between the bend and where I'm going to end up. I'm not going... It's not that noise. It's on the way down pick, and then I land on 7. Okay? Like that. Then I go back to 5 on the G string. Then I'm going to play 7. And then I'll go back to 5 on the G string and I'm going to curl this. Now that curl is really, it's a quarter tone bend is what it actually is. First finger, and I like to pull down on my curls. You don't have to, you can push up, whichever you prefer. I'll try and get my fingers out of the way. You can do that, but I will curl it down. I find it easier on my fingers. Then I'm going to resolve it back to the A note with 7th fret on the D string now. I'm going to use my ring finger. So pretty easy to play finger-wise, so I'll just play it through slowly. Lots of vibrato. Okay, that's first lick. Very nice and simple one. Very much a kind of a bluesy lick as well. Kind of a minor blues sound. Anyway, the next bits are really cool. Now, this final note's quite hard to hear, but the rest is very easy to hear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 5th fret on the A string now, which is a D note. I'm going to play this with my ring finger, but you don't have to at all. You could do it with your first finger, but I know there's a bend coming and I'd rather do it with my ring finger. And it's not fast, so I've got time to do that, okay? So that's why I'm using my ring finger. But, you know, I wouldn't be too, you know, if you use your middle finger, it's not weird at all. But that's how I'm going to do it, ring finger. I'm going to rest my finger on the note, just above it, so I get that dead sound, but not so much I get that harmonic. I don't want that, I want that sound, yeah? And I'm going to just down up. That's what I'm doing with my right hand. I'm just going down up, okay? So it's a little bit faster. We've done this kind of thing before in Live Forever. Live Forever? Blah, blah, blah. Live Forever. Put my teeth back in. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 5th fret. I'm going to push down now. And I'm going to down up bend. Small bend. Really, it's yeah, I'm thinking again, probably bending it a little bit flatter than it needs to be, but that's the tone you're looking for. There you go, that was a bit better. Then I'm going to play 5th fret on the E string, which is the root note. Then I'm going to play 7th fret on the D string. Now that's the note that's relatively hard to hear, but it is in there. I actually often play that with my pinky, but really ring finger's the right finger, you should be doing that. So the second lick is down up dead notes, then a bend on the 5th fret A string, then I'm going to play 5th fret E string. I actually moved my hand position there like that, then 7th fret D string. Okay. Okay, and then it's straight into the next lick, which starts the same as the first lick. I'm going to do 5th fret to 7th fret, hammer on. Then I'm going to do 5 to 7 on the G string as well, hammer on. More vibrato, hold it, and then I'm actually going to go take it into a bend. I'm actually going to do a tone bend there, so I'm going to go vibrato, bend, like that, okay? Again, easier with a lot of distortion on and a lot of volume. That's the real trick, is if you can crank your amp, it's very easy to get sustained, basically. Okay, and that's the trick with that little bit, and that sounds quite cool as well. And then I'm going to basically do the bend again. I'm going to re-pick 7 on the G string, and then I'm going to do the same thing as I did first time. Do that re-pick as I'm almost on the way down, and then it's going to be the same thing again, basically. So yeah, so it's basically the same lick there. So 5, 7, 5 with a curl, root notes. Okay, yeah. So basically the same lick again, and then this bit's the same lick again as well. So lick 4 and lick 2 are exactly the same. Okay. And then I'm going to add in 5 on the G and then 7 on the D, just as a little extra right at the end. So very, very similar. It's basically, there's 2 licks and they're almost exactly the same, but just one little tweak not almost exactly the same. You almost do exactly the same thing twice, basically, but it's just slightly different. So let me just play it through really slowly so you can hear the differences. So first time, vibrato, then I re-pick for the bend, then on the way down, pick again, little curl, root notes, dead notes, little bend, 5, 7, then go into a bend, then re-pick the bend, on the way down, 5, 7, 5 with the curl, D, 7th fret D string, and then that little 5th fret on the G string again, and then 7th fret on the D string. I'd curl that actually as well, just a tiny curl on that one. And that's your intro solo, really cool. That kind of sets the tone for the other solo as well, so the other solo is actually very, very similar to that. You'll see a little cut here. I really fancy drinking some more of my coffee. A little bit hay fever at the moment, so I might go have a sneeze and wake my cat up, and then I'll be back for some more of this song. Okily dokily do. So we're back for the main solo. So first bit's very, very similar. We're going to use the A minor pentatonic position 1, then we're going to move up to the blues box, so I might adjust the camera a little bit for that bit. That's something for you guys to look forward to. I might just adjust myself, sometimes that's easier. Yeah, so a lot of the same kind of licks. So the way this is done is the first lick comes in, actually it's the end of the bridgy section. I think it's the bridgy section. And then it goes back to an F minor move, very similar to Don't Look Back in Anger. Like a lot of the licks are about to come up, so watch out for those. Yeah. And then it goes back in and it continues with the solo. So there is that little bit break. So the first bit of the solo is going to come in about 2 minutes 30 into the track, and then there's that little pause, and then the next bit comes in about 2 minutes 43. So it's just that bit of playing the lick and then a little bit of extra vocals and then in. So that's how we're going to do it. That was amazing fluff first time, wasn't it? Anyway, so what I'm going to do here, 5 to 7 on the D string, very similar to what we've done in the intro. Then 5 on the G string. But then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a pull off 7 to 5 on the G string. Okay. Then I'm going to do a bend on that 7th fret G string, but it's just an up down. No extra picks in the middle, just an up down. And again, bending that quite quickly and a little bit flat. Not worrying about hitting the tone bend, because I don't need to worry about it, because I want that. That's the sound I want, okay? 5th fret G string, 7th fret D string. Then I'm going to play 5th fret G string twice, but it's going to be. So the first one's staccato, so I play it, then I just release my finger, so I kill the note. And then the second one, I'm going to play the same note, but then I'm going to curl it. Then I'm going to hit that root note, 7th fret D string, okay? Okay, so that's the way to get the right feel there, and that's that first little bit of lick, and then there's a little bit of gap then before the next bit comes in, so I might zoom out a little bit, so I'll have another cut here. Okay, so hopefully adjusted a little bit. Hopefully it's not too much light coming in through the window and reflecting off my guitar. It's the only trouble with having this maple neck. It is a bit reflecty, but this is, as you can probably guess, my preferred guitar. So I love this guitar. Okay, so then the next bit of the solo is going to start very, very similarly. 5th fret to 7th fret hammer on. 5th fret on the G string. Then I'm going to play 7. And I'm going to pull off to 5. It's exactly the same, isn't it? And then I'm going to bend 7 up and down. Again, quick, short bend is what I'm after. Then I'm going to play 5 on the G, then 7 on the D, then back to 5 on the G. Then I'm going to go straight into the next bit. That's where I naturally feel like a break should come. You know, that's when I was learning it. I was like, okay, get that bit, then I'll do the next bit. But actually, realistically, there's not a break in the solo. It just continues straight on, so... Okay, so that's our first bit anyway. So it's going to be 5th fret to 7th fret hammer on D string, 5th fret G string, then on the G string pull off 7 to 5, then a bend on 7 up and down, then 5 on the G, 7 on the D, 5 on the G. Okay, then I'm going to slide 7 to 9. I'm going to do that with my ring finger. Then I'm going to play 8 on the B string, so now in the blues box basically, 10 on the B string, then 8 on the E string, then I'm going to re-pick 8 and do a quick hammer on, like that. And that's my transition between the first bit of the solo here and the second bit in what I like to think of as the Don't Look Back in Anger lick that we're going to do, because it's so similar to the Don't Look Back in Anger, which would have been from the previous album for him. So that's basically the transition bit. So if I play the that bit through plus the transition. So there's another 8 that I didn't tell you about. There's another 8 at the end of that there. Okay, and then we start with the kind of Don't Look Back in Anger style hammer on E lick, basically. Okay, so this is the bit where it speeds up just a little bit. It's not crazy, but just speeds up a little bit. He plays it in an interesting way. You could almost just play it like they do in Don't Look Back in Anger, but that's actually not what he does in this, okay? So I'm going to try and do it as accurately as possible. I'm going to cough now as well, just to warn you. Okay, that's better. So, B string, 8th fret, hammer on to 10th fret, B string. Then I'm going to play 8th fret on the E string. I'm barring, you see I'm barring both, so like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 8th fret on the E string twice more, like that. So it's... Okay, the first note of those 8th fret E strings is higher. Higher? It's longer than the other two. It's not higher, it's the same note. Okay. And then it's another hammer on the B string, 8 to 10. Then on the E string, I'm now going to play 8, 8, 10, 8. Like that, okay? Okay, so those are those two licks put together. 8, 8, 10, 8, all on the E string, okay? Then I'm going to go and do the 8th fret hammer onto 10 on the B string and 8th fret E string twice quickly. Like that, okay? So it's... Okay, so that's obviously massively slowed down, but you can see that's how that lick fits in. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 8 on the B string on its own. Then I'm going to hammer on 8 to 10 again and play 8 on the E string, cough again. Oh, that's better. I don't know what's wrong with me, I'm getting old, man, getting old. So, sorry. Then I'm going to do a double stop on the 8th fret, I'm barring there, 8th fret B and E string, and I'm actually going to hammer on now to 10th fret on the E string, then play that double stop on 8 again. Then I really end that lick by hitting a C chord, okay? So it's hard to tell, you know, whether it's that guitar hitting a C chord or whether it just hits a little bit of a triad, blah, blah, blah. But I like to end that solo by hitting a C triad, which is going to be 10 on the D string, 9 on the G string, and then I'm barring 8 on the B and the E. Okay, it's not technically a triad because there's 4 notes, but there's a triad plus the extra root on top. Okay, first inversion plus an extra root. Okay, so that's the fast bit. Okay, and that's that bit down there. So hopefully I didn't go through that too quickly. There was lots of coughing in between, so I do apologise. Let me play through the main solo now, relatively slowly, so you can hear it all. Then the pause with the lyrics, which I quite honestly don't know, and then the next bit. Up the C at the end. Anyway, that's basically that's that song. Yeah, so those are the two solos in Don't Go Away. Yes, probably we'll do another Oasis song next, so we'll see. I'm having good fun trying to learn whatever, but we'll get into that in another time. I hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's a really cool solo, very similar to Don't Look Back in Anger. So if you've learned Don't Look Back in Anger, this is a really good one to have a go at. And if you haven't, what I might do is link the Don't Look Back in Anger solo in the description here, so that you can have, you know, like almost an extended version of this style of solo. Lots of the same licks as we're used to. Anyway, I mumble on so much at the end of videos. Anyway, so please, as usual, please like the video. It really helps. Every time you watch a video, every time you like the video, it really helps. The same as commenting on the video. I really appreciate it. Quite a few of you guys who've watched the videos. It's not that many people watch my videos, but quite a few of people have commented, and I really do appreciate it. As usual, please share the video. That would be cool as well. And yeah, subscribe to the channel. Again, that really helps me. And I'm going to try and get more and more guitar stuff out. Probably couple more Oasis songs, and I might have to take an Oasis break because it's getting a little bit much for me, and try and do some other cool stuff. And I'll see you guys and gals soon. I'm gonna go get some more coffee and stop coughing, hopefully. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.